All right. This is session 5, I think, of Ultraviolet Grasslands. We are here again with Phaedrid and Modan in the Citadel of the Porcelain Princes. And do you want to recap a little bit last time? Phaedrid, do you want to go first?
Sure. Last time, while the rest of the caravan was off doing something, Phaedrid met with, you know, Phaedrid kind of like woke up after a night of a pretty amazing party, and a, you know, a whole lot, which I think included him playing a whole lot of cards of a game he didn't quite understand, nor did he quite understand the value of the chips he was playing with, and ended up having the time of his life. But the next morning, nursing his headache, he realized he owed these porcelain princes an awful lot of money.
Yeah.
And in order to at least make a dent in that payment, he agreed to undertake a little exploration mission on behalf of one of the porcelain princes to whom he owed a lot of money, and that
Yeah.
was to investigate rumors of a strange silver pool that was to the north, to the northwest of
The Southwest, I think it was. Yeah.
to the
Somewhere that
southwest
direction.
of
Yeah.
the, yeah.
Somewhere over there.
And in getting stuff together, Phaedrid crossed paths with another traveler who was new to the Porcelain Citadel, who was having trouble selling his wares, and um, jumped in to intervene and help him sell his products for a tidy profit. And that was Modan.
Nemo Dan.
And in exchange for helping out, Phaedron asked if he would be willing to come along and undertake this mission for the Porcelain Princes with him.
Nice.
And Modan accepted.
Modan, you want to add some more?
Yeah, I'm out trying to. He helped me sell my entire inventory of various beans. I'm a legume farmer. So now I'm hoping I can start setting up pre-sales in my journeys to have beans delivered. I'm going to start a bean empire. My family back home. Uh, I'm a traveler by nature, so I was totally up for this crazy adventure. We saw, we got accosted by what ended up being a Vome lady who almost infected me by sticking a thing in my ear.
Yeah.
Narrowly avoided that. Then we got to the pool, which was surrounded by other vomes, one of which hatched. And we were like, oh my God, it's hatching. But it seemed to be vome free after it hatched. And we were like, perhaps the pool cures vominess. And then it became our new pet, a scorpion dog. So we have a cool scorpion dog now with us. And they wanted, the princess wanted to buy the scorpion dog off me so that they could kill it and dissect it and do experiments on it. And Phaedra and I both said, no, I think we're gonna keep our scorpion dog. Thank you. And yeah, I think that's about all I can remember.
Oh, and we met that Vome infected woman, and after she tried to assimilate Modan, we kind of beat feet away from her. But on the way back, we crossed paths with her again. And that time we asked if it would be okay if we followed her, and like watched what happened, and she seemed amenable to that. And so she went to the pool and exposed herself to the pool, and it coated her in metal like the other vomes that were sitting around it. She then like coated in metal. She then went back and joined the circle of encased vomes that were facing the pool and sat down in like a lotus position and was there all night. And we decided that, well, we don't know how long she's going to be there, so we're going to go back. So we took a sample and we took a sample as we were told and went back to the Citadel.
Cool. And you are still in debt somewhat to five many cracks. What was his name?
Yeah, I need to
Many cracks,
write
five
that
bot.
down.
And you got some experience for that. Did either of you level up?
Did not.
No.
Cool. I don't think Modan added your experience.
I did.
You still have 300, it looks like.
Oh.
Oh, it looks like you added it to your pet, which you can
Oh, is that what I did?
you can do if
Oops,
you
there
like,
it is.
but
No, that was whoopsie. I'll fix that now. I just saw experience and
yeah.
shoved it in there.
Yeah, you can always throw experience points on your pets or followers and level them up the same way, but that's probably a good idea to level yourself.
If you want to take the scorpion dog as your pet, oh, it's already there. Never mind.
Yeah, I said listed there so we didn't forget him since he seemed to imprint on me.
Very friendly. I think Fated, you get another hero die, so should I be at 3 now? Start of the session. Modan, you're still level 1, so you can only have one, but that's fine. You'll get there, buddy. And yeah, so the caravan, this is Orange Month 2, plus 11 days, so we're gonna have a little bit of extra travel time in there. Um, uh, yeah, so we're at the Citadel of the Porcelain Princess, the Porcelain Citadel. You're loaded up with vampire wine for trade stuff. You've got a bit of debt to pay off still, and yeah, so the
Now,
world
where
is
did now?
yours.
So we did market research back in Violet City,
Yeah.
and we knew that vampire wine was more valuable somewhere else, or
Yeah,
was
on
it
the
here?
Vomish Trail, which the Trail of Vomish Dreams, which kind of like the area with the nomads last time, the Step of the Lime nomads. It's not a city or destination. It is a trail, so you would have to find someone to sell them to. There are travelers on the road, so and there are trading parties up and down, so you could probably find someone there.
Got it.
Okay.
Or alternatively, we could decide to go in a different direction. We
Yeah,
could check out Potsherd Crater and see what's there, or
yeah. You could do some more market research,
we could do some more market research.
hang
We
out.
could,
Um,
I'm tempted to maybe do some more market research and see what our other prospects might be.
Cool. Market research.
So
Market.
if we're going to spend more, I mean, if we're going to spend a little more, if we want to do that, maybe yeah, I think I'm going to spend some time. I think I'm going to spend some time doing some market research to try to figure out what our next best move would be.
Okay, I'll
If
throw another week on us, and then that'll give Modan a chance to do stuff here as well. So let's see, any PC. This is just going to be a D20 roll, and you can use your hero dice if you want.
okay, let me.
And you just want to spend the. Do you want to just do 1 day worth of market research, and that'll get you one location, or you want to do a full week?
Let's
It gets
let's do. Hey, what the hell? We're here. Let's do a full week.
cool, cool. I'll make some roll.
And we're in a settlement, so it's not like we have to like
Yeah,
spend our sacks. We can just spend like money for our.
yeah. I think it's like here in the Violet Citadel, it is like had it here just a second ago. There we go. So you can rest here in the decadent shell of civilization. It's 3 cash a week for just basic shitty quarters, or if you want to spend 100 cash per week, you can earn some respect from the princes and set yourself up in style as well.
I think we'll go basic just because if that's okay. I mean, I think I'm gonna go with basic just because we're kind of still owing a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So while I'm doing that, let me just spend 3 cash.
Let me get your market research here from.
And market
How
research. So that's just a straight D20 roll. There's no
I'm
no
going to do
addition.
some rolls for it because it's multiple
Okay.
rolls. And yeah, Heath, did you have a question?
so we're staying here for a week, is that right?
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
means there's a bunch of destination actions you can do.
Yeah, yeah.
You can search for more discoveries, do market research, buy and sell stuff. You could spend a week carousing if you would like to spend some money for some XP. You can do foraging. You can, if anyone needs healing, you do healing. You can study, which lets you learn new skills slowly.
And you said how much was it for the super luxurious? 100 or 150?
100 cash.
100.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna reinvest since
Ooh.
I made some money off my bean sales, and
That's right.
I want to be seen as a prosperous, kind of the bean king.
That's right.
So
Hey, you know what? I like that idea. I think I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put back my three. I'm also going to spend 100 for like. I'm also going to spend 100 cash to live it up.
Cool.
come to me for all your bean needs.
Cool. And we will assume the rest of the caravan is taken care of
Yeah.
by themselves there.
So did you want me to roll a d20 for?
I made some rolls and I'm
You made
looking
some
up
rolls, okay.
some stuff here for the getting all that market research together for it. So three is a little bit of a session. Great. So that is oh, actually there are three d20s. Rolled the wrong thing. Take out those, put those back in. Like that's a really high roll. There we go.
Ooh, got a 20. That's cool.
Yeah. And got a 7 also. Oh, normal. Let me see what is our item here. Very good. Actual book. It might be faster to search instead of flipping through the book. No, there we go. D30. Roll a D30 here. I don't know. I don't think I can. D6 and
You can always roll a d6, d10 to simulate that.
Okay, that'll be Ooh. Yeah, great. So you ask around the porcelain princes and the satraps at the Sarai, and let's see, which direction do we want to go? My. Um, so the I think you run into this is a tip from one of the satrap caravans, and they are they're a little weird, and they take some you know
Big coaxing.
yeah, a little bit of a whining and dining, as much as you can whine and dine a sentient spacesuit. But after a while, they open up, and they are traders. They are on a caravan back and forth, mostly from the south. So this is about as far north as they go. But they did talk to some Lyme nomads a while back, and they know that someone back in the Violet City actually is very, very interested in procuring some soul stones, and will pay quite a bit for them. But they are expensive in the first place. They're around,
And they're in the wrong direction.
yeah, they're on 10,000 each. So if you come up with a soul stone or get together the cash to buy one, you can sell it for a tidy profit back in the Mile of Sea. And nearby, it's all pretty normal market for soul stones. That's what you can get there. Um, did Modan, did you say you wanted to carouse some here, or you just want to hang out?
No, I wasn't going to carouse. I was going to use the luxurious,
Cool.
what's the word? Lodgings.
Lodgings,
Pay for the good lodgings.
earning respect from the princes.
Yeah, and I feel like now that I know it's an option, since I am trying to become the bean magnate of the grasslands, that maybe I don't know, would like would market research be a thing I would do? You know,
Yeah,
like
sure. Yeah, anyone can. It's basically just hanging out and asking other traders for what they, what they're into, what people need.
yeah, yeah, I think that sounds like something I would do.
Cool. Let's see. Cool. There's that page again. Yeah, yeah, good. That and so many little dice rolls. Um, um, nice. That's in the right direction. Let's see. That is going to be mm, down it down an old fallen number. Yeah, so this is again from the satraps who are traveling in the southmost. And these are ones that have gone far out of their way, in fact. And their piece of advice for you is about like a bio. I just lost the page. I should put these are for what was the word? Radiothermal fuel, which are kind of like fuel rods, basically, for powering biomagical machines. Um, and um, down in down in the south in Fallen Umber, um, they can be found rather cheap. And that is two stops down. That is three stops down. That is a week down to the last Sarai, a week down to Waystone, and another week down to Fallen Umber.
So fallen number, what was cheap?
Radiothermal fuel. Radiothermal fuel and Fallen Umber. Yeah, and that was rather cheap there. So you could buy stuff, you could buy fuel there and sell it elsewhere for a profit. Cool. Since you're both staying in nice lodgings there, bookmark. Since you're
You got to
staying,
spend money to make money.
yeah, um, yeah. Let me see. Who would that be? That would be my fun little tables to roll on. Um, One of the in addition to making nice with the satraps, who I can give names to if we want to later. You in your luxurious quarters at where are the luxurious quarters? We've got the map of the Porcelain Citadel and the Keeper here. Um, Probably in the houses of many colors. You can get some really nice lodgings in there. Um, and the sort of diplomat, what do you call it? The ambassador kind of for the Rainbow Lands there. Their name is I just had it there. Um, uh, yeah, Telegen de Barbier. I'll put that in chat. Um, they are they kind of they put you up in the best places there, and they hook you up with a boom. They hook you up with one of the princes, who is a kind of a four body. This is leopard lithopane four dyad. They have four. It's kind of there's eight of them, but they kind of operate in pairs weirdly. And this is their kind of their link doesn't seem as unified as a lot of the other princes you run into, kind of because they've kind of portioned off into these four couples that are kind of like four bodies that are linked in. They're kind of like experimenting with the link technology, but they are uh, a couple of things you find about them. They are terrified of vomes and refuse to leave the Citadel under any circumstances. But they also love shellfish, which fortunately there are some available for fishing and selling and buying in here because there's a couple. There's a
Sorry,
dam.
they're terrified of vomes and they what?
They love shellfish. um, Yeah, and they like to talk about this. They're part of they're a member of the Rites of the Animated Teratology, and this is kind of a subset of the princes who are experimenting with different arrangements of the mind links. So instead of just everyone being one big mind, kind of playing with how different combinations of bodies and minds can hook up to each other, and they're happy to talk about their theories and experiments at length. Um, is there anything you'd want to get out of them, do you think? Leopard lithophane?
Well, I mean, we could
Yeah,
see
otherwise
if he
it's just
wanted to.
polite
I was going
conversation.
to just. I mean, we could ask to see if he wants to like hi if he loves shellfish so much, maybe we could see if we could find some and sell it to him.
Oh yeah, yeah. If there are, let me take a look at the map. Is there any cool fishing spots on the
I mean, there's a big lake over by Potsherd Crater.
Yeah, there's a lake down there. There's a bigger lake down by Three Sticks, um, and then there's a river farther south, and then of course the wine dark ocean way down south. Man, if you found something from the wine dark ocean and brought it back in edible condition, they would be over the moon. But yeah, you can definitely explore other places and see if you can pick up some shellfish for leopard lithophane. I think Teljan de Barbier, the Rainbow Lander, I think they're the ones who set you up with like the couriers to send some money back for your debt. And if Modan wants to send word back home to like send for more beans, he can, for a price, which I think is included in your hundred for the week, can send some messages back home to like send more beans.
For sure.
Um, how how much beans do you want? Like, do you want like a guy with a horse, or do you want to like send a bunch down with a caravan?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, a bunch would be better
Yeah.
because there's a variety of beans. Like we sell so many different kinds of beans. I think I know before I had kind of a sampler platter with like a little, little samples of each kind of bean.
Hmm.
So I think it'd be better if we kind of maybe had like a full complement of each kind of bean.
How much are you willing to invest in that venture? Because he's got to, get people, send them back.
Uh-huh,
It's a
uh-huh.
bit of a trek, get the beans back from there, make sure they're brought back safely.
Of course, of course. I don't really have a scale as to money in this land. I have 150 total
Yeah.
on
So
me.
you sold your three beans, or you had a sack of beans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were worth about 50,
Yeah.
but you sold them for three times because you had such a
Hmm.
fantastic negotiator. So $50 for a sack of your trade
Hmm.
goods,
Hmm.
about
Hmm.
what's the going rate, and then there'd be some extra charges on top, of course.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
feel like I
you,
probably shouldn't
you could also
break the
take out a
bank.
loan from the princes, since you've proved yourself a man of taste and standing by staying there.
Hmm.
You wouldn't be the only one in debt to the princes.
How much debt did Phaedra go into? I mean, I know I don't know this in character, but
Oh,
just to,
Phaedra ended up owing like
yes, what I thought,
1800
yeah.
coin, and our little mission last time wiped 1100 of that, so he
Mhm.
still owes 700.
Yeah, and I think one of our other members is also in Hawk for a bit.
So maybe, let me see. Maybe if I could get a loan for like 500, that'd be 10 sacks of beans.
Yeah, probably you're on eight with charges and everything, but
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
that'll do.
That seems like a decent,
Yeah,
start something.
yeah. He can hook you up with a buyer. In fact, maybe it is in fact leopard lithophane. Oh no, it's the one that you sold to before. Endure six body. They were like, yeah, your beans were great. If we can get more of those down here, that would be great. I will loan you 500 cash, and we'll take care of that.
Spreading the love of the bean.
And I love the bean. Great. He gets you the cash. You get that to tell Jean, and tell Jean's like, great. I will send word back, and we will have beans delivered here. And it'll take a while. It's a good one. It's a good like a month travel.
Hmm.
So it'll be a couple months before we get
Who
some.
who did I take the loan from?
The loan was from Endure Six Body. They're the ones that you sold the beans to original.
Right. Dig it.
Yeah, and they are very eager to get more for sure.
Tell your friends, we'll start a bean trade route.
Yeah,
We can have beans constantly coming into this city, buddy.
there are rules for that if you want. if you
I'm
can if you
absolutely.
can get 10 grand to invest, you can set up a trade route and just let the money roll in.
Well, there's my goal then.
Yeah. Cool. So that's week. There's not going to be any rolls or anything because you're paying for luxury luxury lodgings there. You've got a couple leads for places to go. You're loaded up with vampire wine. I think you have in the caravan.
We've
I
got
think you
quite
bought it cheap
we've
here.
got quite a
Yeah, you
bit.
got six sacks of vampire wine that you bought for basically half price here. And if you can find a buyer, the next stop down, it'll sell for double, so you'll make four times your money back. Um, it might take a little bit of searching and or waiting there to wait for a trade caravan to come through, but that's where the money is right now. So, yeah. So we are in Orange Month. It'll probably be, middle end of Old Second or middle end of Old Second because that'll be 2 months before the Bean Caravan comes back in. So you got some time to travel around. Where would you like to go?
Well, if the Trail of Vomish Dreams is where the money is, I would suggest we perhaps head in that direction.
Great, great.
Just out of pure curiosity,
yeah,
because what you said about the shellfish, like how long of a journey are you talking to that ocean?
yeah.
Talk,
So take a look on the keeper. There's a map.
Yeah, I saw. I looked at the map, but I didn't know necessarily.
Yeah. So the little diamonds with the numbers on the paths.
Is that?
Those are how many weeks it takes.
Wow. Okay.
So you Violet City to Step of the Lime Nomads is 2 weeks. From the Step of the Lime Nomads to Porcelain Citadel is a week, and then it's probably several months down to Black City.
18 weeks is what I count. And
18 weeks straight down, and then 18 weeks back, assuming that everything goes perfectly.
Of course.
Yeah. So but again, if you can score something down there, it will be priceless.
Well, maybe that's like an ultimate destination.
Yeah, that's a long-term goal.
Yeah,
but there's some nice places to fish along the way. So, yeah. But you're interested in traveling down the trail of Vomish dreams right now? It sounds like.
I think that might be the way to go. That's where they, if that's where they want the vampire wine that we are looking to sell.
Yeah. So we've got 2 players who are not here, who will be coming with you, and we have one Greenlander human who is there of his own will, who is getting paid to be there, and you have Ananas, your intelligent ape accountant, along with you. Ferric, do we have Ferric? Who was Ferric?
Who's Ferric?
Who was Ferric? Ferric was that was Kirk. Yeah, he was in for a week. I don't know if he's coming back, so we'll leave him behind for now. But we'll just keep.
Okay, so that's 6 characters. So each week we need 6 sets of supplies.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that the ones who aren't here can take care of themselves, foraging and whatnot.
Okay.
Oops, wrong thing, the right color. So I'm just going to gray out Ferric for now. Cool. So you'll be on the hook for yourselves and the pack animals, of which you have several, but pack animals
they graze.
They graze, so you don't need to find food for them. So it'll just be for yourselves and
yourselves,
2 other
Zero and Anis. So 4. Okay.
Cool. So in the 3rd week of Orange Month, it is easy traveling. This is the height of traveling season. You're in good hands right now. So it's gonna take, and we're gonna do
if I can
travel.
If I can make a
yeah, go for
Mark,
it.
if I could just make a little suggestion regarding our timekeeping here. We're 3 weeks plus 11 days. Do we want to move that to 4 weeks to 4 weeks plus 4 days?
Yeah, we'll do that when we do the travel.
Okay.
For it,
okay, got it.
Yeah. So we've banked up 11 extra days, so we're going to do an extra month of travel or an extra week of travel for that. Cool. Well, let's hit the road. The Heath, you haven't done any travel mechanics yet, right?
Negative. I have not.
There's a fun little procedure we do. So we're traveling in the wilds right now. So the first thing we do is spend supplies for everyone. So everyone who's eating, that is you 2 and Zerso and Ananas, marks off a stack of supplies for eating.
Okay, wait, we mark them off from where?
They are in your caravan somewhere.
What are we looking for? I'm sorry.
We need sacks of supplies, 4 sacks of supplies for you.
Okay, I can keep track of that.
Okay. From the caravan supplies, not from my character sheet.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you have a sack that you want to spend, you can do.
That's, I don't think I do.
All you. I'm not touching the caravan stuff because y'all got your own system for that. Cool. So spend supplies. Then we need to roll a misfortune. And Heath, since you haven't rolled one of those yet, that'll be you. So I just
Yay.
need you to roll me a d20, and I will
How
get.
about an 8?
How about an 8? Hmm.
No
Misfortune.
misfortune.
Um. Ooh. Can I get a? Let's take a look at you. A moderate test for endurance for you. So this is going to be a d20 plus one, it looks like. And moderate is 11. So you just need a 10 or better on a d20.
How about a 1?
That's not good. That's no good at all. Yeah, so the water you've been carrying is polluted by cinder in the air,
Ew.
cinder animalcules, and you have an amoeboid infection.
Ah, shit.
And
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
Can I just count that amoeboid as a new pet?
I mean, it will go on your character sheet if that's what you mean. So that will be actually that will go in your items. That will put an amoeboid infection in your items, and that will stay there and take up a slot until it is cured.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah,
I
traveling.
mean, I do have a bottle of. I do have a bottle of void void boys.
Oh,
Vo-
Vodka.
Vodja.
Yeah, nomad vodka, basically,
Nomad vodka.
which will cure your infection if you want to spend it.
I will. I will give my bottle of vodka to my companion.
Great.
Oh, it's very kind of you.
And you can just shit that right out then. It's
Oh,
not pleasant, but it's a thing that happens.
God, that sucked.
um, Great. So let's get.
But getting drunk is the cure.
Yeah, there's worse ways to go. Great. And then we have an encounter.
So
Uh,
just a question, just because I'm still
mhm.
like feeling out how to play. And I was
Yeah, yeah.
like, what one of my items did I got was I forget when you get like I forget what they call it, like the mysterious item that might be something really cool, magical, or it might be
Mhm.
nothing, or you might sell it or whatever.
Yeah. You
And
got your cactus.
yeah, my carmine cactus that secretes drops of blood.
Hmm.
Like, how's that come in the game? Like, could I have, if we had not done that, could I have been like, I don't know, maybe drinking some of this cactus blood will help. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens,
yeah. What we totally could.
I mean, just not sure how that comes into play exactly
Yeah,
with this mysterious item that who knows what it may or
I
may
have
not do.
exactly. Yeah.
metal vertebrae.
Oh,
You're a
your
little bit
audio
quiet
seems
there.
to have dropped out. Yeah.
I think we lost your audio there. There we go.
Sorry, I pushed.
Oh, there
Sorry,
it is.
I pushed my mic up because I was about to sneeze. I didn't want to subject to that. I forgot to pull it back down.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
like
for now, I'll happily
the
take the
stuff you
vodka
have is
cure,
the
but
stuff you have, so we can figure out what it means as we go along for sure. Great. I
I
think
think you probably saw me eyeing that cactus and contemplating. He's like, "Well, why don't you drink this vodka instead?" All right.
I think in the just a few days outside of the Citadel, you run into um I think it's maybe like at night you're hearing kind of it sounds like animals kind of rustling around your camp, and you can kind of see these kind of human shapes, at the edge of the where the light goes from your campfires. Um, they don't seem aggressive or that they don't seem to want to come close, and they are kind of they don't seem super coordinated. There's about half a dozen though. You kind of see at night. Um, you may choose to interact with them, or you may choose to ignore them. If you choose
Does
to interact with them, turn to page 43. Uh,
Scorpo have any feelings about these animals at all?
no,
Just ignoring them.
Scorpio is just happy as a
All right.
scorpion dog in camp.
Not freaking out.
Yep. Yeah, not yet.
I mean, I will defer if Phaedra is more experienced traveler than I, but I, as a curious traveler, definitely my instinct is to
See what
interact
it
with
is.
them since they don't seem to be hostile or
Yeah,
attacking or.
I would agree. I'm curious as to what they are.
Hmm.
So perhaps let's like light a torch from our campfire and like move a little closer to see what these things are.
Hey,
Yeah.
buddy, what are you doing over there, buddy?
And Phaedra definitely recognizes what they are, if not maybe who they are. But they seem to be the kind of they are either naked or dressed in like complete tatters. The humans that were kind of hanging outside the citadel, who seem to be discarded bodies
Oh,
from
discarded polybodies.
yeah. So people who were incorporated and didn't take, or who, for fashion's sake, a prince decided to discard, or whatever. But their minds are rotted away, and they're
Oh,
just barely surviving in the dirt out here, and probably not long for the world, one way or the other. But not aggressive, not dangerous at all. Just pathetic.
so they're like
Got it.
humans, but basically animals in their brains.
Yeah, they're humans whose brains have just been like pushed down for so long.
Their brains were pushed down as part of the polybody process, but when they're rejected from the polybody process, it doesn't come back up.
Mm,
Yeah, it's not a great time for anybody. But
that's
yeah,
sad.
but they're harmless.
They've,
They're just
they've
sad.
got they've got basically like animal level intelligence.
Yeah. Um.
I throw a stick for one.
Oh. You can. Resting is a thing that you can do. So if you're doing nothing else all week besides traveling, you can recover all your missing life if you're missing any. Recover any lost ability scores, or get rid of a burden. Which, if you want to take the vodka back, you could just rest and get rid of that infection. I forgot about that part. So
That seems like a better option. Save the
That seems
vodka.
like a better that seems
yeah,
like a better option.
yeah. There's always an option to just like if there's no
Yeah,
combat or
yeah.
intensive interactions, you can always rest.
Because I have nothing else I need to
Yeah,
spend that rest on anywhere
yeah.
right now.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, that travel outside of there works pretty well. So that takes us to orange month 4 + 4. Great.
Feel bad for any merchants behind us following my trail of vomit and diarrhea.
Zoop.
I am hoping that we're going to come across like some people that we can trade with.
Yeah. But here's another week of travel. Back to the top. Spend your supplies again. So that's gonna be 4 sacks
Another
for you.
four.
And now let's have Mike roll for misfortune.
Let me update the capacity is 6 of 6. And where's our other sacks? There's our other sacks.
Just a quick side note again, is me learning this. How does
Yeah.
the caravan, like, you said, you can buy like, oh, like the wine you can, for example, and if you sell it
Mm.
for 4 times, blah, blah, blah. How does the caravan profits go into like a caravan pool of
Yeah, so
profits and
there's a place to keep track of caravan cash up there, and it's up to you all to decide how to split it up. So you can store it in the caravan.
In
It's always
in
going
the
to be there.
past, what we've basically done is we put it in the caravan, and then we like after we've sold some, we keep some in the caravan, and we decide how much do we want to pay ourselves.
Yeah,
right.
it's basically just bookkeeping for yourself. Like how much do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want to like have available for investment if
yeah, yeah,
someone
yeah.
Yeah,
happens to not be
yeah.
here.
That's basically what we've been using the caravan cash for, is like
Yeah.
for investing in trade goods that we can sell. And then when we sell for profit, then we say that, well, let's maybe take. If we sold something for like a really big profit, well, okay, let's take 100 or 200 cash each out of this, like 3,000 cash that we just got. Or if we only sold stuff for like 500, like okay, well maybe we'll take maybe everyone will take like I don't know 50 or 75 or something like that.
Right.
We'll just
Makes
figure
sense.
out what makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not.
Mhm.
Okay, so I spent another 4 sacks of supplies and roll misfortune.
Yeah, that's just a D20.
Just a D20. I got a 7.
7. Um,
That's one away from amoeboid infection. I had
that's
an 8.
funny. Um,
7 is usually lucky in this game. 7 is
yeah.
usually good, and 13 is usually particularly bad.
So you're traveling into the like more Vomish territory now, the trail of Vomish dreams. The grass is getting higher. There's still a trail. It's not a road, but there's a path. But there's you're traveling across prairie basically. But the grass is especially lush as you leave the sort of steps of the Lime Nomad area and coming into this more um, verdant section, I guess. Nomad clans will come down here to graze if it gets especially dry up north. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of Vome activity down here, so people try not to if they can help it. And it gets darker earlier and later. So uh, instead of like a sunset and daytime, there's like a purple mist that comes in and occludes everything. That's night in this world. And the further west you go, the later it is. So it's about 9:30 in the morning when the mauve glow of the mist kind of starts going away. Um, there's more like irritating swarms of like biomechanical insects and stuff out here. Um, but they're just pests and whatnot. Um, the the misfortune for Phaedrid here at some point on your travels, whether you're making camp or stopping to take a leak or whatever, you lose a shoe to a thirsty tangle shrub. While trying to fish it out, you are able to determine that the shrub is mildly sentient. With a bit of a pain and luck, it could make an interesting potted pet. Um, if you wish to lose a shoe in a couple days, you can get yourself a pet that is a bush, or you could choose to leave it there.
I mean,
do?
what? I mean, who wouldn't want a talking plant?
Yeah, sentient. I don't know if it's talking or
Yeah.
not, but
I mean, either for
Okay.
yourself or even if you didn't, it feels like that's something that somebody would want to buy even if you didn't want to
yeah,
keep it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I will.
win-win scenario.
Yeah, win-win.
Yeah, I will
Um,
absolutely. I mean, yeah, I'm sure I've got like another. I'm sure I've got an extra pair of shoes I can change into.
yeah, yeah. I just need an easy test from you. So that's just a D20 straight up, and we're looking for a 7 or better.
Okay, what are we? What am I rolling on? Is this
I think this is
charisma
just
or?
a save. This is just a save.
Oh, okay. So it's not based on an ability score. It's
Nope.
just a
Yeah, it's just a regular old
just a,
test.
just a flat roll. Okay, I got a 5.
Save. Would you
That's
like?
why. That's why I was hoping I could add something to that.
Yeah, would you like to spend a hero die for that?
Sure, why not?
Just throw another D6 on there and see what happens. Cool, fantastic. So
I
with a
roll. I rolled as well on a D6 as I did on a D20.
with a bit of work and coaxing, you're able to get that bush out of the ground and into something that you
Into a
can travel
pot.
with, into a pot. Throw it in your
I have a
inventory.
pet.
Yeah.
What is So
Um,
what kind of thing? What was this called?
it is a thirsty tangle shrub, sentient.
Uh, Many wonders in the grasslands.
Many wonders. Yes.
I'm calling. I need to come up with a name for a. Need to come.
Shrubby.
I was going to say I'm going to call him Shrubby for now until I
Yeah,
can
I
come up with a
know.
better name. And of course,
Yeah, I feel a
it's
little
going to
lame with
stick.
Scorpo. I'm like, that's what happens. Scorpo.
Dog.
Yeah, it's one
Oh
It's
step
like
yeah.
when
above dog.
it's like when my kid was a toddler. Like their stuffed dog toy was Doggy, and
Mhm.
their stuffed alligator toy was Gator, and their stuffed possum toy was Possum. That was their names.
Keep it simple.
I just rolled for a random encounter on the trail for you, and you run into a helpful trading party.
Yay!
Hey,
It is pretty large. There's maybe a little bit less than a dozen, 10 or so folks traveling. These are just regular humans, not satraps, not nomads, just random collection of jokers like you all. Um, they would be interested in buying some stuff from you if you want to. They also have maps of the area for sale that you can buy to shave some time off a journey if you like.
Ooh, maps of the area would be good.
Yeah,
But first of all, would they be interested in buying some vampire wine?
they absolutely would be. Yeah. In fact, they light up at the opportunity to do that. Um, they are. I think they're also headed south. So they like you're kind of like traveling along with each other for a few days, and camp next to each other and kind of watch out for vomes, and you're able to spend some time making deals and stuff, and they'll happily take all of that vampire wine off your hands for you. They seem confident they can.
Cool. What? And I don't remember what we sold it for.
Yeah. So the vampire wine here is going to be 200 cash per sack.
Okay. Well, let's sell all of it. We should
Yeah.
have 6 sacks of it.
Yeah. So they're happy to take all that off your hands.
hey, did you guys see if somebody was like shitting and vomiting all the way down that trail? Pretty weird, huh?
Oh, yeah. There must have
And
been
that was
some
and that was two that was
specimen.
200 each. So we just got 12. We just got 1,200 cash out of this.
Nice.
Nice.
That's the way to do it.
The
Yeah.
grasslands
Nice.
have smiled upon us.
And
Maps are 50 cash
maps.
each if you'd like to buy a map.
Yeah, let's buy a map.
Yeah.
Um,
So spend 50 cash, throw a map in there, and that will shave D6 off a journey nearby. Great. I
I'm
don't
just
think.
gonna. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna put that. There doesn't seem to be a spot for that on the caravan sheet. I'm just gonna put that on.
Oh, yeah. Just
Uh,
hold it as an item unless you want to stash it
yeah,
somewhere.
I'll have that in. I'll put that in as an item on mine. So
Yeah.
that's a map of the grasslands, or
Yeah. Map of the grasslands. Yeah. They travel around this area a lot, so they have pretty good knowledge.
cool. Since this is really I'm going to hang on to it, but I think this is an investment for the caravan, so I'm going to spend that out of the
Yeah.
caravan funds.
Cool.
New pet friend, a map, sold all the wine. Everything's
Yeah.
coming up caravan.
You're doing great. Everything's really
Other than other than my unfortunate
Do
stomach
they have any
incident.
stuff? Do they have stuff that they are selling that might be?
um sure.
Do they have stuff that they're selling that might be a good price in areas that we're heading to?
Um
In any exotic
oh,
shellfish?
would you like to spend some extra time to do some market research?
Uh, well, I'd be okay to do like 1 day's worth of market research.
Yeah. Cool. That'll push us over into an extra week, but that's fine.
Okay.
Cool. Let me do that market research for you.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Okay. And let me get that there for you. Perfect. And then wait, that's there, and then that and that. Um, Interesting. Um, they did pick up some cheap uh like ivory, like these indigo kind of ivory tusks from some kind of beast out west. Um, they will sell them to you for 500, but they say that folks down the road at down the road. Let me look at the map. Folks down the road at the Grass Colossus, the nomads down at the Grass Colossus. Um, they pick them up on their travels and they are happy to sell them for really cheap. They're taking theirs up north to sell, so they picked up a batch down there. But they let you know that if you go down to the Grass Colossus, you can pick up some cheap indigo ivory.
I like Indigo Ivory.
Yeah, second album's not that great, but no.
That does sound like the kind of band that would like have this on their album cover.
Yeah. Grass
Indigo Ivory. That totally sounds like a 70s prog rock
Yeah.
band with a Richard Dean cover.
250. Yeah, but that's what they tell you.
Well, that is good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And that pushes us over. That plus your bush time, that pushes us over into an extra week.
Okay, so we need to spend another week's worth of supplies and do
Yep.
another. Well, we are now out of supplies, but I believe that also brings us to Grass Colossus, and presumably we might be able to buy more supplies from these guys.
You can absolutely buy more supplies from these guys if you want to, for sure.
Always got to have supplies.
Yeah, you can stack up on supplies at the standard cost. I think it's
That was 10 per sack.
Yeah, 10 per stack for standard supplies.
So that'll be 6 times 3. Yeah, let's buy. Let's buy 8 more sacks of supplies.
Cool. And there's no resting necessary for y'all. Oh, you did dark market, I guess. Cool. So back to the top. Spend supplies. Or just pay 40 and use those. And we're back around to Heath rolling for misfortune. Has a d20.
Yeah. Okay, how about a 17?
How about a 17? Ooh, yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, we'll just buy more supplies from them rather than use the ones that we just bought.
Totally.
So
Yeah, and they kind of after a few days, they're like, cool, we're gonna kick off.
We're gonna go this way.
Yeah,
Bye.
we're gonna go this way. It's dangerous up ahead, so we're gonna take a little shortcut here. See you later.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're like looking at the map. So we're sort of at this point we're on the trail heading between the trail of where it says between like 0.6 and 0.7.
Yeah, in fact, you are
We're basically approaching Grass Colossus.
basically at the trail of the Vomish streams right now.
We're at the trail of Vomish streams. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of extra time there.
Okay, I thought it was 1 week to there. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we got one more. So we got 1 more week ahead of us to get to Grass Colossus, is what
correct.
You're saying.
Yeah. But once we take care of this encounter, we can do some discoveries and stuff because there's more stuff around here to play with.
Okay, cool.
But here, so yeah, the caravan did warn you, like, gets a little bit more dangerous up here. So keep an eye out. And like, as you know, when you make camp, and like in the morning, once or twice you see like, oh, like the mountains to the north there. That's an extra. Oh, that's not a mountain. That was something big that was sleeping there. But you are able to move carefully and quietly without disturbing any of them. But there are some rather large creatures. They may or may not be vomes. It's very likely that they are. Um, I'm just gonna paste the graphic from the header here because it is indicative in chat. Yeah, so like that, but they don't bother
Oh,
you. Um,
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
that's a little scary.
yeah. So just keep an eye out.
So
You're doing
we're
great so
in
far.
a Terry Gilliam Monty Python cartoon, is what
A
I'm hearing.
little bit right now, yeah. Unfortunately, others have not been so lucky. Um, you uh coming back north, you come across some a trio of porcelain priests. Um, they um, their voice sounds weak. Um, Usually, when porcelain priests go out traveling, they do not go on foot. They usually have these giant biomechanical walkers, kind of like giraffe-sized legs that they don't walk. They are porcelain princes. These guys are walking. Their robes are dirty. Some of them are. You can see there are gashes and gouges on them, um, and they are the three of them. One of them is actually pulling a hand cart themselves, and there is a what looks like a big coffin, um, and
Handcart.
that one kind of uh, stays back a little bit, and the other two approach your caravan as you're coming to pass. Um, and
Raise a hand in greeting.
yeah, and you can tell it is an effort for the two to speak, leaving the one 100 yards behind. Um, and
Hell, traveler, you look like you've encountered something bad.
yes, you're traveling to the you're traveling from the citadel to the
We're
citadel
we're
from
traveling
the
from the Citadel. We are hoping we're making for the Grass Colossus.
um, we are we were hmm, we are comparison 8 body, where we are comparison 3 body. We
I
were
nod in understanding.
attacked. um our beasts and walkers were destroyed, but we are alive. Is the How is the trail ahead?
The trail ahead has been mostly peaceful.
That is good to hear.
We did not encounter anything particularly dangerous. We co-traveled with another merchant caravan for a while till they went off in a different direction.
That is fortunate. um I hope that I hope that our travels uh in the coming week are as easy as yours have been.
What may I ask? What happened?
We a Our walkers were overtaken by a pack of great beasts. They could look us in the eyes as we strode across the plains, 20 feet tall at least. They swallowed one or two of us whole, um, ravaged our walkers, destroyed our caravan. We uh, we were lucky to salvage as much as we could of ourselves.
Well, best of luck to you.
Um, and they, uh-oh, um, they see the scorpion dog and kind of, I mean, they're wearing these porcelain masks, so they don't go pale, but they do stiffen up, and they ask Modan, I think, is that beast yours?
Um, it has adopted me in a certain way and travels with us. Yes. I basically tell them the story of we found it in where how it all happened, and so like we believe it seems that this silver pool seems to have cured it of any Vome infection it once had. So it's nothing to fear. It has been nothing but docile and friendly, and has not exhibited any kind of hostility or or behaviors that would worry any of us.
Um, I'm gonna need Modan to do a charisma check for me.
Love it. Mm. Charisma 3. So a D20 plus 3,
D20 plus 3.
Yep.
a 10.
A 10. Okay. They take you at your
Dead.
word.
Dead in the middle.
And
They don't try to kill Scorpo.
they don't try to kill Scorpo. Scorpo does I think kind of like lower
Whistles at them,
themselves down a little bit and not growl, but kind of doing like a threat display a little bit.
like raising its tail and
Yeah.
Yeah, like twitchy. So they give you some wide berth. Um, they do have a that cart with the like sarcophagus basically on it. It's pretty big and elaborate. Probably whatever goods they're bringing back. But you can let them go if you like. And they will.
yeah, I don't really have any desire to try to
Yeah.
tangle with them, or
Well,
Yeah.
I also don't particularly want to invite them to join our caravan.
No, no, and you're going the opposite
We're
way.
going in the wrong direction anyway.
Yeah.
safe journeys to you.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
so
yeah.
how does one do? How does one do discover? I'm sorry. Go on.
We will remember your kindness on the way
Yes.
back. Yeah.
So how does one do discoveries on the trail when we're just kind of? I mean, is that an additional thing, or do we have to take time to do that? Or
There'll be a discovery when you reach the destination, which will
oh,
be
okay, got it.
a nowish. um, so yeah, that was the last bit of travel I think we had here. So we have reached the trail of the Vomish dreams proper. Um, and yeah, there are. It is just a trail on the steppe. There are places to rest as you've been camping along the way. There's not much in the way of apparent civilization here. But once we kind of make camp, we can do some discoveries.
So this is right now, like right at where it says Trail of Vomish Streams.
Yes. Yeah.
So it took
Okay.
us 3 weeks
Took us
instead
3
of
weeks
one
to get there?
Yeah, because you had a lot of time banked, and then you spent a little bit of time messing around.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you basically had 2 weeks worth of days. You had 11 days plus a couple from the bush, plus another from the market research,
Okay.
and then a week of travel. So 3 weeks of travel altogether.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Cool. Let's take 5 and we'll come back and do some discoveries.
Dokie doke.
Alrighty. Let's see. So we are at a destination. Y'all can make a discovery roll for free. And then we can talk about some other stuff that you can do here.
Sweet.
Who made the last roll, or who would like to make a discovery roll?
Hmm.
I think it's Mike's turn. Favored.
Yeah, I made the last
Cool.
bad roll.
So it's just going to be a d20.
Okay, I will roll a d20. That is an
Ooh,
18.
dang. Oh, that gets you one discovery. Okay, great. Um, cool. So, I think that's actually from the I think from the Porcelain Princes. They give you some pointers because you're basically meet them like right outside of the destination proper. Um,
Don't
uh,
poke the giant sleeping things.
yeah, don't poke the giant sleeping things. And speaking of giant things, um, what one of the giant things they moved to avoid because they weren't sure exactly what it was. There's what looks like a very large thing, not a vome, but something alive. It didn't seem obviously hostile. It's about 6 days to the southwest, so still in the same direction. But it was weird. We didn't want to get too close. It was moving very slow. Um, Steam or smoke or something kind of pouring out of it. Um, Weird clicking, grinding noises as it moved, and a trail of weird growth behind it. Um, I'm sure someone who is in better condition could make some use of it or find something interesting there, but we are we are not in any condition to do so.
Hmm. I'm I look at Modan and say I am curious. We are always looking for interesting things. Translation, things we could conceivably, exploit and sell.
Yep, yep.
Because yay, capitalism, baby,
Yeah.
advertising.
So
I agree. I have an innately curious nature that, as of yet, has not been the death of me. May that fortune continue.
fantastic. Cool. So that's going to be an extra 6 days of travel. But you take their direction, and it is not hard to find. After just short of a week of travel to the southwest, you see this thing from a mile away. This is yeah, I'm just gonna paste a picture of it for you.
So how does that work map wise? Like, are we now like off the trail
Yeah,
that's
you're
on the map?
off
And
the trail. I haven't updated. I was making a map in Miro that I'm still like trying to figure
hmm.
out the best way to do. But basically, like there's the destinations and then like discoveries kind of spider off of them.
I got you.
Cool. This thing here, it's this giant biomechanical carcass of a tower kind of
Oh,
dragging itself along on uh, massive post-organic treads, twitching tubes, pipes, and coils of bioluminescent synth cartilage trailing behind it as it's crawling across. It's clicking and grinding and whirring. It is fucked up. It is clearly some sort of autofac. Autofacs were like giant biomechanical factories, but it is not in good shape. Um, these things are ancient and rare, and when in working condition, could be worth millions. But yeah, this one is dragging itself along, real bad shape, dripping goo out the back. And in fact, if you get closer, you can kind of see what they were talking about. There's almost like a trail of like you're looking at like the steps in like these high plains, and there's almost like a trail of like jungle behind it, kind of like growing up behind it. It is leaking and dripping and oozing stuff. So whatever it is like grinding across the steps is clearly like corrupting the grassland and like making it bloom and wilt again. Um, but yeah. This thing is just clattering along super, super slow. Like like a little bit like it is giant, so slow for it is like it's a little bit slower than walking speed of a normal human, I think.
Got
Um,
it. So is this the sort of thing that, I mean, does it have like a door one could enter, or like would it be a really bad idea?
I mean, it would be an idea. Um, let's see. Let me make a couple.
One, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe do we know, maybe it's sentient and somehow maybe we can communicate with it.
I
But
mean,
like if
there's a certain level of sentient inherent in this kind of thing. Whether it is like sentient the way we like it's sentient in the way that a factory is sentient.
hmm, the
Uh,
big question is how can we fix it? Make it
yeah.
better.
I can tell you exactly how. Uh,
Ooh.
uh, two. Um, oh yeah. Tell me how you would like to approach it if you would like to approach it.
Slowly and carefully.
Mhm.
Yeah, why don't we leave I think let's leave the rest of the group. Let's like kind of like circle the
Yeah, yeah,
wagons.
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, like, I mean, like maybe, like a good half mile away from this
Yeah,
thing.
and it is
Let's
clearly
circle
like
the
traveling in a direction, so it
Yeah.
won't like turn and
Got it.
And also,
Yeah,
it's so slow, it doesn't seem like getting away from it will probably
yeah,
be an issue if we need to.
yeah,
let's circle the wagons, and then maybe because if it's moving slower than on foot, then maybe let's approach on foot.
yeah.
Because I don't want to risk our pack animals, because those
Uh,
are going to be hard to replace in the middle of the steppe.
remember. Um, Great. So it does have that giant face on it that is
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
size of a building, kind of.
The
Um,
tongue kind of looks like an entryway.
yeah, it does. And I think as
A
you
creepy one.
approach, like this whole thing is like shift. It's like Howl's Moving Castle, kind of. Everything's moving around. Um, as you approach, the face kind of like kind of stretches open and the eyes go wide. It almost looks like like fear expression in it. Um, and uh, as a result of that fear, some stuff comes out of that face. Um, uh, these black metal spiders, about the size of a person, come. One comes out each eye, two come skittering out the mouth, and they're making a beeline for you.
That's not good.
What would you like to do?
Um, how many of these things are coming right at us?
There are four.
Um, I think I'm going to use some magic against it.
Woohoo! Magic. Tell me what you're gonna do.
I think I want to use tragic missile.
Yeah, tragic missile. We're gonna overclock it again.
I'm going to overclock it again.
Fantastic.
So let me read the Heath, you weren't here were you here when I used this last time?
Can't remember what you used last time, maybe, but go ahead.
So the spell description is you visualize a channel connecting the local ambient energy fields with the soul personality dyad of an entity you can see or imagine. I'm seeing these things. Once you release your
The or
visualization,
imagine part is really
yeah, I know.
interesting.
I know that's. Once you realize your visualization, the energies fly into the nexus of that entity's mind space, like a niospheric homing missile. Uh, the effect is quite painful, dealing 2d4 damage plus 1 damage for every level, charisma, aura, and thought point of the target. Yea, the stronger they are, the harder the tragedy strikes. The missile leaves no mark. And I can overcharge. You can visualize 3 channels at once, striking a single target thrice or 3 different targets once each. I'm going to do the latter. I want to hit 3 of them.
Great.
So the power level is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know that costs life energy to do that,
Yes. And
and to overcharge it, that doubles.
it doubles it. And the costs are different in the UVG book and the SDM book. So I think we decided the SDM book was it's the lower one. So it
Okay.
was a little bit easier on you. Power. Using powers. 1 power costs 1 life, and overcharging doubles it.
Okay. So this is going to cost. So overcharging it is going to cost 4 life.
Yeah.
I will pay that. And do so, and yeah, the magic takes effect.
Yeah.
So
And I think there's a role to do the casting, right?
I was about to ask that question. Was there a role to cast this,
It's
or
fun
does
that
it just or
we
does it
so
just
rarely do
happen?
magic.
Does
Uh,
it just happen?
let's see, psych magic. uh,
Powers, power. Oh, there it is.
tragic
Equipment, power, mechanics.
instant.
Using powers.
There we go. Paying for powers.
When you use a dangerous power, make a danger roll, but this isn't necessarily a dangerous power. I don't
Um,
think there's a roll,
yeah, I think if it's a dangerous power, it will say so in the spell description.
and it's not. So
Yeah. So I think you just do the damage and pay the life.
I think it just goes.
Great. And you're attacking 3 targets, is that right?
I'm taking 3 targets.
Great.
It says 2d4, so I'm going to roll the 2d4, and the damage is hold on, let me pull that back up.
And I think we decided to roll different damage for each.
Yeah, I'm going to roll different damage for each.
Yeah.
So it's 2d4 plus, so it's +1 for each point of level, charisma, aura, and thought point of the target.
Great. That's just a +2 then.
Okay. So the first one does 5,
Ooh.
+2 is 7. The second does 6, +2 is 8. And the third does 4, +2 is 6.
Cool. And these are, I think, as a result of casting the spell, you know how much damage they do. So you know that these are level 2, so they have around 8 hit points each. Great. Combat. So it, tell me what the like visible effect of that was again. I forget what we did.
So yeah, he makes gestures and then does this weird like sign on his forehead, and
Hmm.
I think his eyes I think Phaedrad's eyes glow. I think his eyes glow with this like red orange color, um, and like and like this like gesture he does like leaves like an open space on his forehead, and um, I think like it's not real, but like spectrally, like a third eye opens, and out of that eye come like weird like bursts of like psychedelic colors,
Hmm.
that like twist around. And there's 3 beams of them. Each one hits one of these creatures that is approaching.
Great. Cool. Yeah, and so they stagger a bit, but they continue at you.
All of them continue. Okay.
All of them continue. You definitely done some harm to most of them, but they're coming. They are coming. Modan, how would you like to do something before they get to you?
How far away is the thing itself?
Um, it's like they are kind of cruising at you.
Right.
So you're probably 50 feet away ish, give or take, at this point.
I'm so torn because I haven't Hmm. This is probably super dumb, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's my gut instinct.
Excellent.
Because it seemed like it was scared.
Hmm.
So it seemed like some kind of defense mechanism.
Hmm.
I mean, we've already attacked it, so it's probably
We didn't
extra
attack
dumb.
it. Attacked. We
Well,
did
no,
attack
yeah,
its
for sure.
drones, but yeah.
I am going to like wave my arms and yell at him, like, wait, stop, we mean you no harm. We want to help. Don't hurt us.
All right. Make a charisma roll. Why not?
Friends, friends.
We're looking for a 19 here.
Oh God. So that's a D20 plus three, right?
Yes,
Always D20. Oh, 13 is not enough.
13. So you do have a hero die or two. Yeah, you have a
Oh,
hero
it's
die.
true.
So you can add that to your roll.
Oh, I feel like
That would not.
That would
that
not
wouldn't
bring
even
it
do
up
it.
to, that could not bring it to a 17.
Oh,
Or that could
Yeah, because I'm at 13
yeah.
now.
So a
So I'd
six
have
would
to roll
do
a
that.
six.
a 6. A
Yeah,
6 would do it.
a six would
Damn
do it.
it. Son of a bitch.
And Phaedra has a couple of hero dice. If you want to add them to someone else's roll, I'm going to say that you can.
Sure.
It's well, I'm already just like pot committed to dumb things, so I
Yeah,
feel like
let's do
adding
it.
a hero die. Let's just fucking do it. I'm good. Come on, fucking two is not it.
Two. So you're sitting at a 15. Um,
I will also spend I will spend a hero die. We want a 4
mhm.
and we got a 3.
God damn.
You got one left.
Son of a bitch.
Do we want to do one left? Yeah, what the hell? What the
Oh.
hell? I'll spend my last hero die for
All
another
right.
4.
Cool.
I think I'm basically I think the special effect here is just like I'm like so I have a mind affecting spell that I was going to try to use that I was planning
Mhm.
to use before it attacked us.
Yeah. Trying.
But it attacked us first.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'm using that like mind just for special effect. I'm using mind magic.
Yeah. Fantastic. So both of you used all your hero dice. So make sure you track that.
Oh yeah, thank you. So you just like I just take it out of the slot,
And just
right?
drop that to 0.
Yeah. Yeah. And basically you get a hero die each like every session and every couple hours
Got
of
you. Right, right,
playtime,
yeah.
and you can hold up to your level amount. Um, yeah, so but you'll at the beginning of next session you'll be up again, and Michael will have two again. Cool. So this is what happens. The black metal spiders uh, continue to charge at you, and as you kind of like brace for contact, they dart past you.
Oh.
Um, and tell me, Modan, did Scorpy come with you?
Yeah, I think you would have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you would have.
You probably couldn't have kept them away if you wanted to.
Yeah, I do think I left because I was debating whether or not my personal mount came with me, but since we were leaving all the pack animals, I
Yeah,
figured we were on foot, but that Scorp came.
yeah, yeah. I think he would come unless you specifically like
Right, right, right.
forbade him to. So they like rush past you. They're blindingly fast, and the four of them surround Scorpy. Um,
Mm,
Scorpy's big. They are person sized. So it's like four people kind of like around a horse.
mhm,
And you can see like little sensors and scanners have popped out of the spiders,
mhm,
and they are like clearly analyzing
mhm,
what's
mhm.
happening.
All right. Okay.
Um,
I like it so far.
what
Feels
would you like
good.
to do, if anything?
I have my rifle at the ready, but I feel like this is gonna be okay. They're gonna detect there's no Vom infection on him. Everyone's gonna stop freaking out. It's gonna be okay. So I got my rifle at the ready, but I'm trying to exude as peaceful vibes as possible. Not an enemy. All friends here. Everything's cool.
Um, it is not okay.
Damn
um,
it.
for cinematic effect, like whatever little indicator light they have on them, like they all turn red all at once.
Uh-oh.
And like all four of them leap onto it and start like hitting it with pinchers and needles and whatnot. And Scorpy is just kind of like trying to shake them off, and they keep jumping back on. His
No, Scorpy.
tail is hitting it. Level 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna roll just a couple dice to see. Oh no. Wow. It is a pitched battle. I think Scorpy takes out one of the wounded ones, but he is in bad shape, and they're continuing like to just kind of like it's a like Scorpy's on his back, and they're
Right.
hitting him all over, and he's holding up, but they're not doing a lot of damage to each other.
Yeah.
But
Got it.
It's a dangerous scene right now.
Got it.
Well, I would
And so-
definitely, as soon as that happens, I would certainly try to shoot one with my rifle.
Cool. Yeah, just roll me a d8 for damage.
I'm like, well, parlay did not work. 2.
2.
Meh.
Yeah.
Pew!
Cool. Yeah, you ping off of one. It's does it keep attacking Scorpion, or does it come at you now? Great question. No, they're still dedicated to getting Scorpion.
I may be a one-trick pony, but I think I might try to blast him with magic again.
Yeah. Before you do that, Modan, can I get what kind of thing do I want here? I want I think I want a thought check on you. So just D20 plus 2, looking for 13.
Yay, did something.
Yeah.
18.
You see where the spiders have gone jabbing and ripping at Scorpy. You can see just under the skin metal and bio, nanotech vomish looking stuff just under the skin.
Just under Scorpy skin?
Just under Scorpy skin.
I'm conflicted. I don't know what to think now.
Do you want to shoot him more magic missiles and stuff?
So Scorpy, wait, we can see that Scorpy is actually like not a Vom.
There is vomish stuff just under the skin.
Oh, okay. So I guess it wasn't a cure for vomishness like we thought it was.
It was definitely not apparently vomish on the outside, though.
Oh.
The mystery thickens.
Oh, like Vom 2.0. It looks just like the Terminator Vomes.
Right.
But then why would it not attacked us or whatever yet? I don't know.
It was trying to gain our trust.
Maybe.
Maybe.
There's a lot of possibilities here, and I don't like any of them.
I mean, if we see that if Phaedrid also sees that Scorpy is like clearly Vomish,
yeah, I think if Modan tells you that's
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would. Yeah, I'm kind of just.
Maybe let's stand back and watch and see what
Yeah,
happens.
exactly. I'm kind of doing nothing. I'm not defending Scorpy, but I'm not like trying to shoot him either. I'm just like, huh.
Let's see what let's I mean, this is let's maybe watch this battle and see what happens.
See how the battles between the spider and the scorpion dog pan out.
Yeah, and I mean, like they've injected him with some stuff, and they're tearing at him a bit. One of them got knocked down, but after a second they sort of like retreat a little bit, and he twitches and convulses and foaming and sparking a little bit, and eventually
oh shit, maybe
falls down, and
maybe that was a new Vom thing to get the Vom past the Vom detecting defenses at the Citadel.
Maybe
like Scorpy got past the Vom detecting defenses at the Citadel.
That's an excellent theory. Yes.
There could be all kinds of Vom getting past Vom defenses at the Citadel.
Yeah, maybe we should send word.
Mm. But they finish him off. Scorpion's dead. And then
I'll
the
take him
remaining
off my
three,
sheet.
who are in bad shape, surround you and do the same scanning thing. Um,
I
none
put
of
my
you
hands
are
up.
none of you are vomes, and so they kind of like they don't power down, but they kind of get like go into wait mode. They kind of like retract their legs a little bit and are just kind of like sitting there around you.
Do they prevent us from? Do they prevent it? I mean, if we like try to go past them, do they prevent us from moving, or do they move with
I
us?
think they
Or
with you, yeah. As long as you're not making any hostile moves towards the autofac, um, they don't
I mean,
attack you.
like if we move peacefully toward the autofact, is
Yeah,
that's okay?
yeah,
As
I
long as
think
we're not
that's what
gonna,
we do.
yeah,
as long as we don't run towards it screaming, die.
exactly.
Yeah, let's. I'm curious. I'm curious to like explore the artifact a little.
Yeah. It's kind of like exploring the inside of an elephant. If you want to squeeze in there, one of you could definitely squeeze into that mouth as it's traveling.
Okay, so this thing wasn't designed to like have a staff aboard, or
No, no, it is fully automated biomagical thing that
got it, and it
in
doesn't
perfect
like it doesn't
conditions
have like
spits stuff
it
out.
doesn't have like control rooms or anything like on
No,
it, or
no. Yeah, it's probably like uh, it's like a probably like 15 feet ish tall and like 30,
Oh,
40 feet long. Um,
so
and
it's
yeah,
like the size of a so it's like the size of a semi.
yeah, yeah. With lots of gross moving parts.
what did you say about like you said we one of us could squeeze in the mouth if we wanted to?
Yeah, like if you wanted to kind of like those spiders are, they're like
Mhm.
the size of a human torso with long legs, right? And so you
And
could,
they came out of there.
yeah, they
Okay.
came out of there. So you could squeeze in if you wanted to.
Got it. Because I was hoping to be able to explore it to just get an idea of like how one could attempt to like fix it, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to go spelunking inside of this sort of thing. I was figuring it was kind of biomechanical and would have like, like doors and rooms and whatnot inside for like the
Yeah.
human for like the staff that would normally control it. But
Mhm.
if that's not what it has,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just curious if it's like got any kind of capacity for like manual controls or anything, or if it's just designed to be like I'm just trying to figure out like does it look like I mean if does it look like there's a space we're supposed to squeeze into, or is it more like just trying to wedge yourself into a machine where you're not supposed to be, but there's
Yeah.
space there?
The second thing.
Okay, right. So
okay, so
like
it
kind of
so it
like, hey,
sounds
I could fit in that thresher if I wanted
Yeah.
to.
And like you could probably like um if you spend some time around it, you could probably do some analysis. If you spend some time inside it, that analysis might go easier, but would be dangerous.
Right. Because parts moving and could be
Yeah. And then they are like, it is biomech. So there are like fleshy parts and machine and plastic and metal and pus. And
yummy.
it's clearly like leaking some sort of like biotoxic shit out the back too, because it's causing this weird growth,
Mhm.
um, which is
got it.
not great.
Uh, Got it. Got it. So yeah, I was hoping we'd be able to like, either figure out how to fix it or like
Yeah.
there would be something valuable inside it, but I'm not sure if I want to go in.
Well, it
Yeah.
kind of seems
Both
like
of those are great theories. Yeah.
maybe the maybe start with the obvious. Like, can we, like you said, the thing, figuring out if we can fix the thing that's leaking shit that shouldn't be leaking, maybe that's a first step in fixing it or
Yeah.
fixing something.
Neither of you has any sort of mechanical aptitude, right?
No,
I'm
I
trying
don't think advertising engineer
No.
like comes. I mean, there's engineer.
Yeah, that's
I'm double checking. I'm trying to remember what all my
yeah.
background thingies were.
I am a wizard.
You are a wizard.
Goon farmer, traveler. That's what I was. Let me see. wander, skilled at managing caravan, navigating with maps and stars, making concealing caps, finding water, food, and the etiquette of vast open lands. Not really anything in there about machinery.
So
I think it would be
so
a
I'm
hard.
just reading my wizard description.
Mhm.
You are skilled at casting spells, using old tech powers. Perhaps you just know how to read the manuals of long ago and the 01 codes. I mean, this is long ago technology.
Yeah, um, it is. Um,
Can I like make a wizard check?
Forgotten age. Perhaps I can say, yeah. You know what? Make a thought check. You can use your +3 from wizard. So that would be a D20
Plus
plus.
my thought plus 3.
Oh, you're expert in wizard, right?
I'm expert at wizard,
So that's
so
a +6.
that's a +6.
So that'd be a D20 +8 altogether, and
Okay,
it's a
well,
hard check from the outside.
okay. Well, I rolled an 18 on the dice.
Whoo! Yeah, that will
18
definitely
plus
get
8.
the.
18 plus 8 is a
Yeah, that's
26.
a 26 out of
Nice.
15. So that will definitely do it.
You're
Uh,
like, hey, I know what this is.
yeah. So yeah, definitely this thing does have it is both mechanical and magical in origin. Um, it you can like kind of probing it with your wizardness. You can feel it does have like a kind of like insect level intelligence to it. It has like a purpose that it's trying to do that it's not really able to do right now. It's doing its best. Um, Interesting. Um,
Is there a way we could like, help improve it somewhat?
yes. Um, there are you can definitely like probing it both with your eyes and with your wizard senses. You can definitely see that it is repairable. It's not completely gone forever, degenerated. Um, it will be a major undertaking. Probably needing exotic materials and instructions that you don't have yet. Um, it would be a massive undertaking. One very worthwhile. I mean, again, this would the list price, the blue book price is 3 million. Depending where you take it, could be more. But that would
But repairing it would be like, what, 250,000?
so since you rolled amazingly, this is all open for you. Um, uh, Repairs are going to require some rare parts from 3 random locations in the
Yeah.
grasslands, and another fourth location to find a repair manual somewhere, and 300,000 in materials. That will net you 3 million though if you can do it, or you could have an autovac that is also produces produces goods. Um,
I mean, it seems like a worthwhile, long endeavor, but the biggest question in that equation would be how the hell do we get 300,000?
you can also tell that even in its messed up state, you could, with a little bit of effort and a little bit of danger, salvage some stuff or scrape some stuff off it that might be worth something by itself.
That would probably make it in a worse
Worse,
shape, but
but yeah. So those are, and it's chugging away, doing its stuff.
would
The spiders are just observing you at this point.
would um would knowledge of this thing be worthwhile? Like, could we conceivably, sell information about this thing to like,
Maybe.
sell it sell information, basically sell like, well, we know this thing exists, and
We
here's
know
proof.
where
And
you could
like,
net 3 million. with these caveats.
Yep. Yeah. A
We know where
major
there's an
undertaking, but
we know where there's an we know where there's an artifact.
yeah,
It's beyond our capability to fix, but
currently,
someone with the resources that you have, um,
yeah. I mean, keep that in mind. Keep that in your back pocket.
so is there something we could salvage from this thing just that could like prove that we encountered this thing and that it works?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, how would you like to go about collecting some stuff from it?
I think using like my wizard powers that gave me like insight into what this thing is and how it's working. If there's like some pieces of it that are clearly like not actually working at the moment that like need repairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like, this, you said this thing had like a bunch of like, spindly spider legs.
Yeah. You
I'm
could.
guess I'm guessing that one is probably just like twitching and isn't actually doing anything.
Yeah. I think the thing that would be concrete proof would be there's some like a bioseed matter within it that it uses to both maintain and repair itself and to create whatever it needs to create. If you could
If we
scrape some of that off, I think that would be
if we took some of that and put it in a safe spot,
yeah. Put it in a sack and then yeah,
so like one sack of that.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Or long-term adventure for 3 million.
yeah. I mean, you could do both.
I
you,
mean,
you could do
we
both.
could. I mean, I like the idea of like taking this, taking some of it so that we could conceivably sell this to somebody. Like, I don't know if we like sell it to the, like I don't know, the Spectrum Satraps. I certainly don't want. I certainly don't want I don't want to give this to the Porcelain Princes.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, that trio we found probably knows about it, but
maybe yeah. Oh, they're the ones who pointed you at it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, is Phaedra gonna try to harvest some stuff
I'm going
off?
to try to harvest. Yeah, I'm going to try to harvest that.
Just give me a straight D20 roll.
No, any of my ability scores coming in here, or
Let's see what we get.
I rolled a 15 on the
15.
die.
Fantastic. Um, great. Roll a couple of dice here. Cool. Yeah, so I think you need to. It's precarious because the defense spiders are still kind of observing, and you need to move uh, carefully and thoughtfully, very very mindful to not set them off. But you managed to do that, and kind of like feeling around both with your human fingers and with your magical understanding of what's going on here, you're able to sort of like unscrew one of the like big tanks that is on the side and scrape out these like um, look like egg masses, like kind of like row. There's like the big like grape sized clusters of goopy eggs that you can kind of scrape out. Um, you can get a sack of those if you want.
Okay,
Um,
I am going to do that. I'm going to put that. I'm going to say we've got one sack of um, got one sack of autofac.
um, you did get some exposure though. Um, mm,
Do we need to make some kind of save?
nope. uh, great. You feel weird right now. It's like definitely, however careful you are handling this goop, it's not just the physical contact, it's just the exposure to it. Clearly, like whatever's sort of corrupting the soul code of the savannah behind it. Um, some of that is affecting you as well.
Ooh, okay.
Um, but yeah, you can get a sack of bioseed matter from it, more or less safely.
Okay. One sack of autofact bioseed matter.
Yeah. And the knowledge of where this thing is. And yeah, it's just kind of you it seems like it's wandering is kind of confined to this area. It doesn't seem like it's just like headed for civilization and we'll wind up in the Violet City or in the ocean a couple months from now. So if you needed to find it, you know where it is.
Okay. This weirdness that I mean, is that now a burden that I'm affected by, or
No, it's not yet. Do you want to do anything else with the autovac before heading back to
I
the
don't
caravan?
I don't think at this point I can't think of anything else we want to do. Do, do you, Heath?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's really anything probably within our abilities, I guess.
Cool. So one thing, you both get 600 experience just for discovering this thing and interacting with it.
Huzzah.
So that's good.
Huzzah.
Um,
Hey, I leveled up. Woo!
woo! Leveling up gets you, looking at my notes here, you can gain a new trait. You can improve a trait from skilled to expert. That'll take it from a +3 to a +6. You can increase an ability score by 1.
Oh, man, so many good choices.
Yeah, so think about that. On the trek back to the caravan, Modan, um, it is a subtle change at first, um, and you don't want to be impolite, but like it looks like Phaedrid might be growing little horns, and I think Phaedrid, you notice this. Your skin starts to feel kind of hmm, calloused.
I'm
Uh,
sorry, it feels like what?
like you're developing like these like calluses on your skin, and after a few days, they kind of like harden up into like these little bony plates that are on your skin, and you're definitely sprouting little horns, little ooh, what kind of animal? Um,
Like ram's horns or goat horns or
um, they
like
are
like ram's horns that curled back. That'd be cool.
they're like they kind of like come out into the side, kind of like an ox kind of. They're not huge. They're like, you're not going to be wearing a hat the same way, but you can still go through doors, right?
Okay.
They
So
are cosmetic.
horns,
Um,
not antlers. Got it.
yeah. Um, but you also feel well, I'm just gonna since since you still have the residue of that 26, um, you're gonna get a new trait. That trait is resilient, which gives you so it's going to be resilient at skilled. It's going to give you a +3 against disease, poison, or radiation. Um, and you can throw that in a note on that if you want to. But yeah, whatever you rolled really well on that biomagical corruption check.
So it was a +3 versus. I'm sorry, that was +3 versus disease,
Disease,
radiation.
poison, and radiation. Yeah, and the plates and horns are just cosmetic.
I
Um,
think, by the way, I'm going to take the pleasant trait. I think that's what I'm going to do.
ooh, pleasant.
I'm going to
Great.
be pleasant.
Yeah, that's good. Cool.
And when you take it,
Cool.
it just everything starts out at skilled,
It's
right?
skilled. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Biomagical corruption.
Oh, I also have a question based on what I was just reading, because I noticed one of the things I could take that I didn't was what was it? Oh, friends. You can have a number of pets or sidekicks equal to your level who don't take up the usual inventory slot.
Yes. Yep.
So should my beetle horse should be taking up one of my inventory slots?
Oh, I guess well, since you're level one, that's the one that won't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And you did learn something useful from that guy, from the thing. In fact, you know what? Both of you take another 100 XP because you learned that maybe vomes can fly under the radar
Yeah, we need to get that word back to
somehow.
Citadel, like
Yeah.
ASFP,
Yeah.
because there's some imminent danger happening.
Yeah. Or present already.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Depending. Yeah.
If there is still a Citadel to go back to.
There is. Great.
We're ruled
So
by
that
foams now.
was your discovery. Um, you were at a destination, so you can spend another week looking for more discoveries if you like. Um, you
Or we
can
could move on. I think we should probably move on to
yeah,
I think we should move on to the Grass Colossus.
Grass Colossus. Cool. Um, awesome. Let's oh, do we want to do that now? You know what? Let's check the day there. 6. Cool. Do we want to you know what? Let's say the travel for next time. Um,
Okay.
yeah. I think Billy's gonna be back next time. And we might even have Nick joining us. So yeah, let's save the rest of the travel. You've gone through a lot today already. You've been on the road for a bit. Yeah, get yourselves back to camp, and we'll do travel to the Grass Colossus next time.
Okay. Works for me.
Cool. Let's make a note of that so we know where we're going. Great. So yeah, let's do a little round of stars and wishes then, and we'll start with Heath.
Stars all around, as usual. I really like the tone of this game. It's just a really fun tone. And it's like, I don't know, it's obviously it's not that like big important bad things can't happen, but there's a certain like leisureness to it that's sort
Mhm.
of nice. I don't know. It's something I just really dig the atmosphere. It's just it feels very kind of laid back, just like traveling around, doing discovering things. Oh, spiders. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's just really well done. I like the whole vibe of the game for sure. And
Oh, pest.
stars
I think that's the yeah.
stars to Phaedrid for being willing to sacrifice an item that luckily we didn't need to stop my shits. And also for just fully following me into the land of stupid decisions wholeheartedly. Wishes. I want to learn more about my weird cactus that secretes blood. Still curious about that. I want to still, yeah, get definitely have a long-term goal of setting up my bean route empire, beans for the whole land.
The
Um,
Empire.
I still I am I'm very intrigued by the whole auto fact. I don't even want to call it a side quest because it seems like that would become the
It's
dominating
yeah, a
thing.
major quest.
Which is so I was like torn because I'm like, one, wow, that's really big and it's huge rewards, but then it's also like, do you want to devote your whole gameplay to that's our life now? We
Mhm.
are trying, we're going to all the places needed to pick up parts and get this thing working and eventually be super, super rich. But it does intrigue me as an option, just become,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah, and it's always if you're ever at loose ends about where to go, we can put one of those pieces in front of you.
because yeah, it just is cool to have a big giant option like that rather than just like, side quest. We do this for this guy, we get some money. Okay, now what? Oh, we go here and we trade this and we get some. Okay, now what? It's like,
Yeah,
To have a big
I like
overarching,
it's
like, we will get the autofac back and operational.
and then just to jump on your star. I like that it's a like it's a major quest. It's not just like we have to get the 7 pieces of the scarlet saber to save the world, or it's like no, we just like want to fix this factory.
Yeah.
And get
Like,
really stinking rich.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a world-ending quest or anything. It's just like this is a great
No.
investment opportunity.
I mean, I would have way more than enough to fund my bean tree trade routes if
Yeah,
we did that.
you could even I mean an autovac makes stuff. So
Yeah. And aside from that, I'm really, yeah. Oh, also, I guess this falls under star. I really liked when the spiders first came out. So of course, my instinct was, oh, well, the thing looked scared. So are they going to attack us, or should we wait and see what happens? But I like that, Phaedra did just attack him because I mean I considered that, so I was like, that's fun, a fun choice to go with. But then I just liked that whole. There was so many ups and downs in that whole thing. Where it was like, the thing's coming to attack us, but it's like, but wait, maybe they're not. It's just scared, but they're attacking. Oh no, they're attacking the dog. We gotta kill him. Wait a minute, the dog. Oh shit. Oh, this is not good. It's just like, it's good. It's bad. It's good. It's bad. It's good. Oh, but that's bad. It's good. And then yeah, so that was a interesting, very interesting reveal. But like, whoa. So I
yeah,
think
and
that's it.
again, that was all driven by
Yeah.
random rolls for that discovery. Cool. Any other wishes?
No, nothing comes to mind.
Cool. Mike, up to you.
Yeah, stars around. This was like again just a wonderfully weird adventure. I'm just totally again I'm totally vibing with just like the high weirdness of this whole setting. It's it's kind of like the old Thundar the Barbarian cartoon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Plus with like Mobius comic strips from like the 70s heavy metal days. Um, this isn't a post-apocalyptic world. This is a post-apocalyptic world.
Post. Yeah.
We've got a perfectly functional, albeit weird society, that's like, built on the ashes of, shit that happened a long time ago, that we're, still seeing echoes of, but, the fact that old civilization has fallen doesn't really affect us now. It's just, it's like modern, like, well, yeah, like modern Rome is it's a 21st century fully developed city with, good Wi-Fi and fine dining. And and by the way, there's a 2,000-year-old giant like stadium over there that we still use.
Or like the Minotaur is real and it's actually over there.
Yeah. So, it's yeah, again, I just love the setting. It's so weird. It's you never know what you're going to find. But the way we're playing it, it just, with the anti-canon setting, everything kind of like there's a certain like internal like logical sense to all the weirdness, which I just kind of love. Heath, big star to you just for the whole I love the like, I want to be the beans magnate, the beans. Love that. And I kind of love I kind of love the way that we're approaching things, kind of like with, it's like you're approaching things like with a big open heart. Like, okay, there's this giant like weird autofac. Well, like, we don't mean any harm, autofac. Don't attack us. We just want to talk. Which was pretty cool. And then, the big reveal on Scorpo, the scorpion dog, actually not being a scorpion dog, being being a vome of a higher iteration.
Stealth foam.
Yeah, it turns out the spiders did us a big favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, stealth vome, that was even scarier.
Yeah. Still is.
Thought the pool was a good thing. No, the pool is a very, very bad thing.
Now we know why the Vomes want to go there. It's like, because then they get,
they want to go there to get upgraded.
no one will know we're Vome anymore. Muhahaha.
Yeah, in my brain, it's pulling back the curtain, it's old old time ancient blue lander thought shield thing that kind of melted down and turned into a thing. I think what happens with the vomes is there's some vome hive mind that controls some of them, kind of like the the fungus that makes ants go to the top of a,
Oh yeah.
what they call
Oh yeah, yeah,
cordyceps
yeah.
or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, you are driven here to become a
To
better
get
vector
upgraded.
of, yeah, yeah, and again, like all driven by random rolls, so super fun.
Well, yeah, and that answer, I remember in our last episode, we were like, but if it heals them, then why would it be driving them to go there?
Yeah,
Well, now we know.
Now we know it doesn't heal them.
yeah, yeah, and again, pulling back the curtain on the mechanics for that, I pretty much just said, cool. Every week, like I'm gonna have Scorpio start at 1. Every week, that number is gonna go up, and every week I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if he reveals himself. And I rolled a 3 there, so if the spiders hadn't got him, he was gonna try and infect you. So you all had some amazing luck all around. Sorry, I stepped on your star wishes there.
No, no, that's cool. That's for wishes. I just want more of this. I just want to. My only big wish here is I want to continue exploring the world.
Mhm.
And I guess my other wish isn't so much like of the game. It's about the game. I hope we can get more of our prior players
Yeah,
to rejoin.
yeah, same.
Schedules are weird, man.
Schedules are
Schedules are
weird.
weird.
Yeah, I don't see Gwen on the schedule anymore, so I'm going to check in with her and see if she's coming back. But yeah, Billy should be coming back soon. I think my partner Nick is going to jump in for a few sessions here and there. So yeah,
Fantastic.
be a good time. And
Awesome.
if anyone's listening to this and wants to jump in, let me know because we're pulling spots. Jim. Great. Yeah, stars all around. Y'all are super fun to do this with. It's the system is so nice, and it's like light, not in the way of like, oh, it doesn't do anything, so we can do whatever we want. It's like light in a way that specifically drives it to this kind of thing that is really neat. The randomness of things doesn't make it feel disjointed and just wacky. Like everything feels like it's knitted together, even though it's completely bizarre. And like some other stuff, like there's like 3 paragraphs of stuff for that autofac. Half of which got used. There's like not a lot of like detailed guidance on these vast areas, but there's like just like exactly the right amount to be able to spark stuff, or like rolling out a random table for a new discovery. Like there's just enough stuff to like crystallize something really cool around it that doesn't feel out of place or disjointed. So that's really neat. And yeah, I love that. I still don't really know how combat works because it's come up like twice, I think, or 3 times. But maybe a wish for me is to reread some of that again. So if we do wind up in a fight, we'll know what to do. But yeah, I love like y'all's reactions to stuff like, clearly we're being attacked by these things. Let's fuck them up, but also, let's try another way. Very good rolls, by the way. That could have gone really bad poorly. Yeah, just a good time. Yeah, wish get some more of our folks back in here and just keep going. Cool.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, I
it.
like also that, I mean, even though there's only been 2 sessions, so I'm still like, I'm not even sure I know what the game is, but it feels like a game where, like what I did with the autofac is while a gamble, a viable option.
Yeah.
Like it's not totally dumb. Like, oh, here's a giant creature that wants to kill you. I want to try to befriend it. Okay, well, it attacks you and now you're almost dead. It's like it could actually
it was
turn
like
out to be
it was a very hard test. So like you needed a 19 basically. But I like that the system is like, okay, you rolled it and you add some bonus, but then the system lets you do bonus dice to if you really want it, you can probably get it, right?
I can't remember what was that roll specifically to determine, like how it reacted or what.
Yeah, to see like if it paid attention to you all or took it as a threat or reacted well. But it's a broken old Magitech factory that is scared, so that's a very hard roll, but still possible.
Yeah, I just like not having to treat everything automatically like everything we meet are monsters to be defeated.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And even like them, like you weren't here for the other vomes, but like got away from them by throwing food at them and running away. Like there are other ways around. There's a lot of ways around things besides just fighting them. That yeah, is really great. Cool. Anything else before I stop the recording? Great. We'll see you next time then.